If you started up a football team with the aim of winning the cup,
Which cups? That must have.
The cup.
Now you're showing a sort of expertise
I'm thin ice
in
now,
football.
aren't I?
Yeah. Which cup would this be?
The
The
big one?
AF Cup.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the one. That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah. Amateur football.
But you wouldn't start that team off with the idea that you weren't going to play the most difficult teams because they're too
Yeah,
difficult.
it's like, how do we beat the best team?
Yeah, of course.
You've got to beat Man City if you're
You
going to
have
win the
to.
Premiership. So how do we do
How are
that?
you going to do it?
So you don't
And
start
the rest will
with,
be easy after that.
Yeah. Yes.
We don't start with, well, let's get together a load of people and then not play the difficult teams. You've got to say, well, to beat Man City,
Well, you could start on the easy teams, just devil's advocate. You could start playing the easy teams just to sort of learn and get better, and you could gradually improve
Except
and
you
work
have to
your
have-
way up through the teams.
but you have to have a plan of doing that, don't you? You've got a bunch of people.
Well, you might not know yet until you've started and just experimented a bit on the bad teams to work out what works.
No, but you have to have a goal. So in other words, you
And
have to
it
have a
has
vision.
Yes, well, your
of
goal is
one
to beat
day-
the best team, to beat Man
Fantastic.
City.
Right.
Good.
Now,
Yeah.
if Tesco's, let's say, or Asda, whoever it is, are the most difficult supermarket to deal with because the prices are lowest, and you want to win the cup, the AF Cup, then you have to work out a way that you're going to satisfy them QDP and C.
Yeah.
Now, if you start with, well, that's impossible, then there's no point in starting your football team, is there? You're back to Andrew's question, why are you doing it?
Well, but I think that's a false analogy because if you could choose a Premiership that didn't have Man City,
Yeah,
you probably would.
because they're all easy.
Yeah, 'cause then you
all
could-
the teams in that are a bit rubbish.
Well, some of them are quite good, but they're not as good as Man City. So, we could say we're just going to do everything except for Tesco's because we're never going to make money out of them.
Right, so
And
we'll be in the final anyway.
We'll give up on Tesco's,
Okay.
but we will supply everybody else.
I have to say,
profitably.
I think that's why ultimately people fail. Because actually, they don't say give up on Tesco's because the difference between Sainsbury's and Tesco's is a penny, and we can't really do Sainsbury's either. And then it's Asda, that's a bit similar, and then we can't really do that.
Yeah.
And before you know it, they're not paying the game. They've been knocked out the top four
But
straight away.
I've got some customers. I mean, there's a large company near here that makes speedboats, who I'm just not going to work for anymore because they'll only pay a really low price or a total nightmare to work for. They're difficult in so many ways, and then they don't even pay you. You have to hassle them, and I've just thought, not doing that.
Yeah, but-
so they're my Man City. I don't want to play them anymore.
Yeah, but
It's just not worth the hassle.
But I understand. But what you're saying there—that's a choice that you've made, and equally, as let's say a leadership team, or what would in this case, you have to make that choice.
You might say, well, Tesco's are just not worth
That's
it.
right. You may say that, but equally, often people, because Julie and I didn't have that option, and we were forced.
If it's your biggest customer, then you have to find a way.
Yeah,
I like the idea of trying to find a way.
So rather than just let ourselves off the hook by saying, "Oh, we don't have to worry about Man United," because they're actually not full of people; they're full of robots. Yeah, then you kind of let yourself off the hook because you don't force yourself to explore. You don't force yourself into that phase of going, "Well, that's not going to be good enough. Well, that's not good enough. That idea." Whereas you're aiming for the very top, and you're exploring to get to the top in terms of quality, delivery, price, and control. You're aiming for them. Bang! How are we going to do it?
Yes.
So let's get on with that, and let's not aim for the bottom because we can get a couple of games to maybe stay up, maybe not.
That's Bournemouth's plan.
Yeah, well, Bournemouth actually not that bad, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The fact is that what you're doing is you're putting that stress on yourself because most people just stay where they are. Look, they say, well, we need the leadership, we need the management team, we need the sales department, we need the design department. In fact, everything stays as is.
Or worse, they follow a well-trodden route of improving things by dividing their business up in certain ways, and it doesn't work, and yet they persist with it.